All right, y'all. So I've got the S&P and looking to review it for my newsletter. What we're looking at here is what I'll walk through is what it has done and what we are looking forward to this coming week, some scenarios. So I've got a couple of lines here around the area where the index is at right now. This one I've marked for a recent major rejection, so it was a point of support here. The index went down, retested here, and then at this point it really rejected for that huge sell-off we had. Then I've got this line marked up around a previous resistance. So here the index rejected twice before coming up. And then here at this area, it doesn't quite match up with the candles exactly, but it's just where, as you can see around this line, the candles were dancing around. So I just marked that area as well. Now, this is the weekly downtrend line that was drawn from the February high to this pivot or this retest here. And what I'm going to do is take this and just make a copy of it, because now we have a new weekly high in terms of relevant to the downtrend. And I'm going to just take this and make it dotted just so I remember that was the previous one. So the S&P went ahead and broke through here. And now looks like it's been you can see that tail on this one. So it was tested this area here, which I marked as recent rejection, which is from the middle of the structure. So it went down, climbed up, and then rejected here, and then here again up and small rejection here, but then it broke through. So we were able to break through this area, which I think is pretty important or significant, because kind of this little W structure here, and we broke through the center of it. And now what we're looking at is hold on, my family's getting up, so don't mind any background noise. Let's see the scenarios, right? So broke through the weekly downtrend, could be, and if we hold that, I could definitely see us coming up to here anytime we're coming into a downtrend, a moving average that's coming down like this, plus a previous resistance area. I can see that we may have a little pause or rejection here. And if so, I'd imagine it would go maybe just to here. No big move down, or it could kind of go sideways into this uptrend line that we established from this point to this point. There may be a more steep line. So if I take this and now go to the 1 hour, I can draw something steeper, but remember the lines of the bigger the chart time frames, the more weight they carry. But I'm going to put that, and then I'll just mark it that it's hourly. That's where I drew it from. Okay. So we've got this steeper uptrend going here. Look how it looks there. It's pretty messy. I end up taking these off all the time. But just to give you an idea of what it could do, but would not be surprised if we just kind of, once we get over to this area, we kind of do a little bit of sideways, maybe not to this uptrend line, but maybe there will be a newer uptrend line that is established on the daily chart time frame. So Let me move that out the way because it's messy. So the other thing you want to note is that it's not always about the trend line. So once these start to move up, if we are, again, we're on the bullish scenarios, once these start to curve up and continue, the retest could just be to the moving averages, which would essentially give us a new one of these. Take this off, it's messy. So that's the bullish scenario would be to come up further, maybe retest to the moving averages, especially around the areas where the moving average is coming down. And now if we do a neutral scenario, and we're staying in the chop, I imagine we're going to be somewhere between these two areas. So 554.58 and 56.50. Pretty big range. I mean, you can still get a lot done in that little area. But we could chop between here, the previous downtrend line, and wherever this ends up, the 50 SMA. Now breakdown, I would see if this would reject. So it popped up. Sometimes it's just going to be a pop. It doesn't mean it's going up. But if we do have a breakdown and come back below here, definitely would pause at these moving averages. But if it breaks these moving averages, then I would expect this to come back down to this trend line here, maybe this pivot at 52.64, but nothing major after that. I don't expect it to break below this area, but a retest is always a possibility, which the retest would be either here or here. So that's the scenarios I've got for the week. If we've got a lot of buyers gaining more confidence, this will be more of a pause around 56.50 versus a rejection point, and could see a little sharper climb up. It's just going to depend on how the week goes. And remember, this is a market chart. Your individual stocks may have a totally different pace than this one. So this is a collective of all the stocks listed on the S&P, and individual stocks can definitely. So even if we're slowly treading up here, there are going to be some names that are just going to continue to just explode, or maybe break down or pause, right? So, okay, family's up. I gotta go.